What's up, guys? Godz back with another video. In this video, we're doing the Nightfall. We do the Nightfall every week. This week, we're going to be doing the Nightfall a little bit differently. The video is going to be a little different. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you're returning and you're a subscriber, I hope that you like this new style. If you are not, I hope you enjoy it as well. We're going to do things a little different. So first off, we're going to talk about the modifiers. I've got them up on screen now. We'll talk about them. Then we're going to go over what I think, what weapons should you use for this Nightfall to make it a little easier on yourself for different parts of it. Which supers should you use, as well as the Nightfall itself. This is a new strike. It is a remake of an old strike, the Nexus. This one is, depending on which one it gives you, it can be either a Siva kind of version or it can be a Taken version. So it just depends on what you get, and I'll kind of talk about the difference. The ending is still the same, so the mechanics are still the same from what I've played so far. And then we'll talk about, some of the loot. I'll show you some of the loot I got. So first off, let's start with the mods. I've got them up on screen. The first one, as always, as each week, is Epic, which means that more of your enemies are shielded. So I can't remember actually having a big problem with getting the shields off people, so this wasn't an issue for me. So hopefully it won't be for you either. The next one is Brawler. This one I actually used a lot. This increases your melee damage. For the first section of this Nightfall, it was really heavily used. The second half, not so much, but that's fine. Next is Grounded, which means you're going to take more damage if you jump up in the air, so avoid jumping around. I know you're going to want to when you get to the end, but just try your best to avoid getting hit if you do jump. Next is Fresh Troops. This means there's more enemies in certain groups within the strike. I didn't actually deal with a lot of issues as far as like there's too many ads, can't handle it. This is actually a very smooth strike. So I didn't actually have any problems with it. And the last one is Ironclad. Just, there's more shielded people. That's just the way it is. We're kind of doubling up on shields this week. So I still don't think it was that bad of a strike. Actually, in my opinion, this has been the easiest Nightfall in weeks. So I hope that you find that it's just as easy as I have. All right, so let's move on to the weapons. So this strike in my mind is split up into two halves. And for the first half, I've got weapons that I think are the best to use. So for the first half, I used the Hung Jury. Now, if you don't have the Hung Jury, any good scout rifle is great. And honestly, any good primary that you have is great for this section, because you're going to be using a lot more specials and heavies, in my opinion, just because there's a lot of ads to deal with using your super. So really any primary is great, but I am more partial to scout rifles. So that's why I chose the Hung Jury. Next also is the Invective. Now, you can use any shotgun you want, any fusion rifle you want. The reason I chose the Invective was because it regenerates ammo. In the first section, there's just constantly ads spawning that you have to take care of. So I thought the Invective was a good choice. But if you've got a good backup shotgun, then you're going to be fine. And then for my heavy, I used a rocket launcher. This one, there's a lot of ads grouped up, so I didn't really feel the need to have a machine gun. I wanted to kind of disperse the enemies and get rid of them with rockets instead. And really, it's just your choice, but that's just how I preferred to do it. You could use a machine gun if you want. The second half is more of the boss battle, and then for that, I stuck with my scout rifle yet again. Didn't really change much on that. Now, where I changed were in the rest of my weapons. Now, for my secondary, I used a sniper just because it's good to put some damage on the boss whenever his shield goes down. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then I switched over my regular rocket launcher for the galley. The reason I chose the galley is because I wanted to put as much damage on the boss as possible. So really, you go from, ad killing with, trying to destroy as many enemies as possible in the first half to focusing more on the boss in the second half. So let's go over the supers next. So for your supers, pretty simple. For the Night Stalker, the Hunter, you want Night Stalker. This is good for bosses and ads that are big in group. I used Night Stalker a lot when I did the first group of enemies in the first half. It was good on getting them together and getting those rockets in there to take them all out. As well as good on the boss for putting damage in. You put a bunch of damage on the boss if you can all work together as a team. Secondly, for the Titan, I used Bubble. Bubble came in handy a lot just because there are more troops and there's more shielded enemies. So they're being a little more aggressive. So it's just good to have a bubble every now and then whenever you get in a tight spot. Just because it's easy doesn't mean it's going to be, not going to be tough in certain sections. So a bubble is definitely a great thing to take along with you. And then for the Warlock, a combo. Either use Radiance or Stormcaller. Radiance for me was great because I could put a lot of grenades out. Stormcaller is also great for dispersal of the adds in the first part, and then maybe you could switch over to Radiance for the boss because he does put a lot of damage out. So I definitely died quite a few times from him. Then lastly, let's talk about the sections. So I'll have those kind of playing in the background for you guys to see. The first section is what I would like to call the captains, but it can also be servitors. So this is the first half. And it will consist of two parts. So the first part is the 3 enemies you have to kill. So you go into this big room here that you'll see on screen, and you've got to kill either 3 taken captains or 3 servitors. Now for me, I got only taken captains for all 3 of my runs. So if you have the servitors come out, then that means you're going to be fighting a lot of Siva enemies, a lot of fallen devil splicers. If you have the 3 taken captains, you're going to have, of course, a lot of taken. This is where the shotguns and everything came in handy, and the rockets, just to get rid of all the enemies as quickly as possible. Stormcaller is highly preferred here. Once you get through that part, you make your way up the stairs. And you move on through the place. You don't actually have to fight a lot of enemies. You can do a lot of, kind of running through people in this one. And that's where we move into the second section, what I call the shield. Before, you could just run through this room, no problem. You could run through actually this whole thing. After you killed the 3 servitors in the original strike, you could just run through the whole place and get to the boss. You actually didn't have to worry about anything else, no mechanics, nothing. Well, now Bungie's kind of changed it up. There's a huge shield halfway through, and you have to carry a little orb to the dock to put it in. It's good to kill the adds first, that way you're not getting destroyed on the way there. And then once you put it in, you have to jump down on the plate right there when the shield goes down, and that will deactivate the next shield. When you get down on the plate, this is where your Night Stalker, Stormcaller, and Bubble really comes in handy. You can put a bubble over the plate while someone stands in it. You can tether the enemies as they come in, and then storm call them after they're tethered. So you not only can make orbs to replenish everybody's supers, but you can keep someone safe in the bubble, kind of getting the shield to go down, and then use the Stormcaller to kill all the enemies. So it's actually a win-win for everybody if you plan it out right. Once you get through the shield, you'll face a few adds, and then another group of adds kind of bunched up together, nothing a good rocket can't handle. And then you'll finally jump off into the boss. Once you jump off into this boss, you have to kill a few adds before he pops up. I would recommend going where I went. You'll see that on screen. I kind of go up to the right a little bit and hide up there. It's a great spot. There's other great spots you can go to, but for me, this is the one that works a lot better, in my opinion, just because you can kind of go and hide in multiple different places in that area. For the boss, really, it's not that bad. Once you take the shield down on the boss, his health goes down so fast. I actually think that's why they added that, so you couldn't just melt him immediately. Now, there is a new mechanic for this. It does bring the relic from the Vault of Glass into play, the shield. So what you do is, once you have the taken Hydra come in, it's called the Aegis will pop up. It's going to be, if you're standing where I'm standing, up on the platform where I like to hide, it will be on the far left, right where you first came down and jumped into the room. You'll pick it up, and basically it'll charge the super up really fast. What you do is you aim the shield at him by holding down both of your bumper buttons to do your super, and you aim it at him, it shoots out a little ball of light, and it takes his shield down. Once you take his shield down, you're going to want to really pummel him with all the ammo and damage you can. Once you do enough damage, it's going to make his shield come back up, and then there's going to be a wave of adds. So pretty much, it's take adds out, hit him with the shield, take him down, or take his health down, and then you're going to rinse and repeat. So next time, the shield will pop up, actually I think under where I'm standing up there where I'm hiding. You'll get it again, you'll take the adds out, you'll pop him again, take his shield down, do some more damage. Then the final shield will pop up if you're looking from where I stand up there on the platform, far right of the room, directly across from where you jump down. That'll be where the last one pops up. Kill all the adds again, take the shield, hit him one last time, and then when you're putting that final damage on him, make sure you kill him, because if you're not careful, a huge group of adds will spawn, and they can be kind of problemsome if you're out of ammo. So kill him, and then there we'll move into the loot. For me, I got the new mark that comes with the strike. There's a new strike specific piece of loot. It's a mark for the Titan. It looks really good. I like the fact that it's got a little piece in the back for his butt, I guess. I just like the way it looks. It looks cool. It actually looks good with a lot of different shaders, so when you get it, make sure you try it out. As you all know, you now get a free skeleton key per week when you complete the Nightfall on your first character, so you can kind of get at least one piece of strike loot every single week. Now, from what I've experienced playing with the strikes, in the Siva Crisis playlist, I've already got 7 skeleton keys. Just from playing a day or so. So you can definitely get a lot of keys by playing the strikes and get all the loot you want. So I might save up about 20-30 keys and just do an awesome loot haul for you guys. I think it'd be cool to get a bunch of strike specific loot and just see if we can get some good rolls out of it. But that's pretty much it, guys. I really enjoyed this Nightfall a lot. I applaud Bungie for it. While they didn't change a whole lot, adding the mechanic there where the shield comes up so you can't run through, it was good to kind of make it last a little bit longer, and how they changed the boss up was great. I really enjoyed that. It made me enjoy doing a strike again, and I really like when they come out with new content, even if it's revamped strikes. It's just something new for you to do. When you go play Omnigul, I like the fact that now you can't just go back and hide. The door's closed. You have to stay in the room with her. So I really enjoyed that, and I applaud them for changing it up a little bit. But that's it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the new style of video. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to kind of craft different kinds of videos for things we do now. But there'll be a ton more content coming out, guys, for the Dawning. I've got all the new stuff, the new weapons, things like that. Didn't get the Icebreaker quest from any of my quests from Zavala, or bounties. So hopefully I'll get it next week. So that's kind of out of it for this week. But I am going to be getting the new Void Lord and Solar Lord. I can't remember their names. But that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. And that's it for this video. And I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out. And here at the bottom of the page, if you click on one of the 2 images, you can watch some of my other videos. Thanks again, guys, and I will see you in the next video.